every Kenyan is entitled to an identification card when they get to the age of 18.
Yes.
And that should apply across the board to every Kenyan without discrimination. And what the president did is to ensure that that happens also in what used to be called NFD. Okay? And of course, and I think you asked Honorable Kenan a very good question, and I was hoping to learn so much from him in that regard because he's lived there. The history of why this regulation was there is known by all, you know, from independence time through what is run us through. The issues of you know, the shifter days and the issues of the loss of control of government in Somali. I think should have been an issue that Kenan should have told us about, because part of the reason this was important is the loss of government in Somali, so an influx of people coming in here. And so this regulation was not meant to disinherit genuine Kenyans from the citizenship. It was meant to ensure that Kenyans like Kenan get the documents required, and those who are not of Kenyan origin go through the process that are required to make you a Kenyan citizen. Number two, and I want to make this clear, there are Luos in Uganda. They are Luyas in Uganda. They are not Kenyans. And that's what's going on in Congo now. That there are Tutsi and Hutus also in Congo. They are not Rwandese. And so an argument that, for example, they're Maasais in Tanzania and therefore they should get IDs when they come here, for me, it doesn't wash. I wouldn't walk into, and from my home into Busia border, I drive only 22 minutes. And these regulations apply in Busia.
The extra vetting. They
do. These regulations apply in Kilgoris. They are applied in Isebania. They are applied in Luahaha. They are applied in Namanga.
What is that?
Luahaha is, you know, along the border with you know, Kenya and Uganda. There are so many other ports apart from Busia you can use. Busia, Malaba, Luahaha. There's a new one established now around Lake Victoria in Budalangi. And these regulations apply. And why? This time I was doing a court case in Busia. It was an election petition. And we ended up with more than 30 people who are Ugandans, who acquired our passport, our IDs irregularly, and were voting in Samia, in Budalangi. And they admitted they are Ugandans. Okay? Muria Wori is a Kenyan. His brother...
So they voted in a Kenyan election?
Yes, yes, they did.
So how did they get IDs?
That's the issue, and that's what I'm trying to make. That Muria Wori's brother is a Ugandan. Muria Wori is a Kenyan.
Exactly.
And those, and so the idea, these regulations, in my opinion, should not discriminate against Kenyans, but should apply to ensure that Kenyans who are genuinely Kenyans are registered as Kenyans, but those who are not are able to be sieved out.
So in short, why, should we relax what has been happening, or should we not?
What I wanted to say here is this, Sam, that I'm waiting to be told in Parliament this week what measures are being put in place to ensure that the things that need to be done legally are done, and the things that would make a Somali of Kenyan origin in Northeastern from getting ID are removed. Because the idea of the president signed something and the regulations are removed for me is not there nor there. What you would have worked on all along. And Sam, this is not a small matter. And I don't want Honorable Kenan and members of this country from Northern Kenya to think that someone is targeting them. I believe absolutely that every Kenyan, whether of Somali origin or Luo origin, must be given the ID when they get to 18 years old. There's a history. You know, for example, there's a time that a Kenyan would board a plane into UK without a visa. Yes, you didn't require a visa to go there up to early 90s. A reason? And Kenan, you know this. Yeah, so let's not emotionalize these issues. There are security concerns, and I would like to hear, for example, from the military intelligence, what are they saying about this issue? From our NIS, what are they saying about this matter? From our police intelligence, what are they saying about this matter? What is the framework that's been put in place as we remove this and as we remove bottlenecks? Because if someone was born in Wajir, why would they be required to bring, you know, their parents and go through committees when we know that they were born? But then there must be a framework to ensure that those who are not born here and those who are crossing the borders And if you go to Busia, by the way, Kenyan, today, it's not a Somali issue, and I don't want it to be a Somali issue. If you go to Busia today, Sam, you'll find guys who are living in Busia for the last 15, 17 years. They can't get a Kenyan ID. They are married to Kenyans. They can't get it because of this process of vetting. So even them, they are hurting. So you must get a way of ensuring that those who genuinely are supposed to be Kenyans are made Kenyans. And this, I hope, Sam, isn't a political issue.